Hey friends, it's Nancy. Welcome back to part 10 of our sewing themed junk journal craft along. We are in the home stretch, last 2 pages. So if you're doing the traveler's notebook size, this is page 89, 66, 67. If you're doing a larger multiple signature book, then this is signature 3, page 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we will get started. This one will be simple because we're only adding a little tuck spot. So I got started by taking a button card. I have a whole box of these. That I've taken the buttons off and I've glued them on to like file folder to strengthen them. So I grabbed me one of them, and instead of putting buttons on it, which is something I usually do, is sew a collection of buttons on, I just got some fabric and covered that up, just because this will have a lower profile and not be so bulky. So I am going to, first I'm going to stitch around here with it off of the paper, and then I'll come back, glue this into the corner of that front sheet and stitch around it to finish it. Now this one has a little hole in the top, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we got a little just seeing what I got here. This is a vintage piece of seam binding. Somebody worked very hard to remove this from a piece of clothing. There we go. Okay. So hold on tight while I do some stitching. Okay, so I've got the bottom and the left-hand side glued, or sewn. Okay. Time for a little more stitching. Okay, that didn't take long at all. So I just sewed right over that ribbon there. All right, last page. So what I've used for this one is instructions from a sewing pattern. So I've cut this, oh, it's about 16.5 inches or so, I reckon. So I left a little gap there in the center, but all told it's about 4¼ inches wide. And about 5¼ inches tall. This one is 18 inches long, and I folded it, leaving that gap there. And so that's about 5 3/4. Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. So this one is page 6 and 7, page 68 and 69. And in the multiple signature journal, this is signature 3, page 9, 10, 16, and 17. All right, so again, we're going to make a pocket on this side. This time, I'm just going to fold it down like that. And let's add a little trim. Ooh, I've got this big wide rickrack. I don't know, red rickrack always makes me think of Christmas. Okay, there's a nice lilac color. I'm just adding a couple of dots of glue. This time I'm not going to sew it down, just let the glue handle it. But I will add a little bit of glue here at the end, just so that it doesn't unravel. Okay, and let's run a little bead there. I think I will do a little stitching there. Okay, so we have a couple of options now. I want to add in some journaling space. So I'm just going to grab a piece of paper . So those 4 pages are going to be just shy of 4 by 5. So I'm going to cut 4 pages that are 3.5 by 4.5. Okay. Now, you do not have to do a journaling page on every page. You can do one on one side and one on the other. You can do whatever you want to do. My plan was to do 4. I think I'll do some journaling space on this little flip out here. And I think I'll do one on this side. Okay. If you want to stitch around them, certainly can. Now I want to add some paper dolls. So, you know what? I am going to stitch those. Hold on. Okay, that's stitched now. All right. So I had one of two thoughts. I would either cut paper dolls from the pattern envelope itself, or I might cut the black and white, well, black and brown images from the instructions. I'm feeling this. Okay. Color might look nicer, but size was a factor. Especially in the TN size. And I really think, tell us what you think, Nancy. Fussy cuts are so effective as a page element. It really takes it to the next level. I'm looking for my X-Acto knife because I have this little spot there. Come on. Where did it go? Oh, it's got to be here somewhere. Hopefully this won't rip. Yeah, that's no good. So I think I'm going to put her right there. Maybe I'll put her right there. She takes up less room there. She can take up as much room as she likes, but since she has that one little leg kicked out there, looking footloose and fancy free. And this one, she'll look like she's leaning up against something. I'm going to pause while I find my X-Acto knife. I never did find my X-Acto knife. Clearly a more substantial tidying needs to happen here. But anyway, so there's my two little paper dolls. And she was hanging around, so I added her as well. So that's page 6, 7, 68, 69. And on the larger sized one, I actually left the inside blank because I didn't want to cover up this big picture. So I put the journaling spots on the back side and added some paper dolls cut from the pattern envelope. So we have a signature 3, page 9, 10, 16, and 17. We have the pages done, my friends. Time to put them in order and think about stitching them into the signatures. But we won't do that today. Check back with the next video and I'll show you how I've made out.